Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. So today let's have a look at what I did with those base pages that I created. So quite frankly, I enjoyed the process and I realized that if I have some lovely scraps and I keep the base pages to one of my go-to designs, then that makes them a lot easier to work with. I looked at some of the beautiful, beautiful pages that my friend Colleen did, my friend Brianna did, Mel did, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Some of them I would find harder to work with because I normally start with my photos. Anyway, I really enjoyed this foray into base pages, my friends. So the first layout that I'm going to show you the layouts that I did. So let's remember that this was from a Crop and Create April 2023 Crop and Create Delivered event, the Megan Andrews event, and I did the 12 by 12 page and the double page layout, so that's 3 layouts, and then I did off the board, 30 days of sketches, I think it was day 5, I used leftovers, so that was 4 layouts. Now I'll put those 2 videos down in the description box below, or maybe in a card up here, but I will put them there so that if you want to see everything together, you will. And then I came on and made the base pages with you, which I will also link down below. So I have here, my friends, 5 more layouts. So this one was was a 30 days of sketches. I think was it day 24? I think it was maybe day 24. And if you recall, when I did the base pages, I created 3 complete base pages along my go-to designs, and then I put some scraps aside for an L page and some scraps aside for another. And I used one of those packages for this lovely layout. So lots and lots of hexagons in the background. So this is, I guess, not really a base page, but it was some scraps that I put together, paper clipped them together to create a page, and this is the page that I created. So this one has a process video for sure. Then I just created this during our heat wave, and this does not have, but this is my L page. So I did have the papers aside for that, and I wanted to do one of my lovely L designs. I do really enjoy that, and that design is always perfect for a square photo or thereabouts. This is maybe 4 by 4.5, so not quite square, but almost. This is going to go into Adela's album. And basically my L design is always the same. It has 3 vertical strips of paper, varying in sizes depending on whether, sometimes I have a smaller photo like a 3 by 3, sometimes a 4 by 4. So these vary in widths, but they are always 3 different widths, with the larger one being to the left, the middle one being to the right, and then a thinner one on the top. And then also 3 strips going on the horizontal, 2 of them being fishtailed on the ends here. And I pretty much always do the same thing in my photo in the middle, some embellishing in the 3 different spots. So here where the horizontal strips meet the photo, where the corner is here and at the top. And I pretty much always do the same thing. Now my title, though, sometimes moves around from here to here to here, depending on what the title is. So I got this one done. Then my standby standard 1/3, 2/3, I love this. So just about a 4-inch or 4.5-inch strip at the top, the bottom, and a contrasting cardstock or pattern paper on which I usually use a border punch to cover up the join, and that is exactly what I did here. My photo, sometimes I put the photo to the right, but I really do tend to always put the photo to the left, do a little bit of diagonal embellishing on the photo, and fill my corner down here at the bottom with my title along the join of the papers. This was amazing in this case. Fun little florals here. Some popped up, some flat to the page. I even used a doily here, foam stickers, and then I just brought the papers back, the sort of black and this background paper, and then used a little bit that I had left over of this lovely minty green, and that gives a bit of a diagonal feel to it. Now, if I were doing the photo on the right, I would do the same thing, but with the embellishing, of course, going from the top right down to the bottom left. But my go-to is always the face. So I should probably challenge myself, should I? Challenge myself to do a layout with the photo more to the right. It's not my norm and it's not my comfort position. So this is going to go in Joey's family album. Then my half and half on the vertical, and I had done this complete base page with you as I had done the 1/3, 2/3. So I had done the stenciling on some white cardstock. I had done the 6x12 piece of pattern paper here, and then this little strip tucked in there. Then I got, now this is a tiny photo. This is going to go into my heritage, sort of my very early, the album that is combining prequel and into early years. And from the back of the photo here, my mom put 1972. I remember, obviously, going, this was Miami, 1972. It was a trip that my grandmother, my mother, and I took, the only time the three of us did any traveling together. My grandmother, for many, many, many years, would not get on a plane. She would not get on a plane. And my grandfather, at one point, wanted to go to Florida for part of the winter when they got into their, 60s, higher 60s. On this photo, since it's 1972, my grandmother would have been 72, as she was born in 1900. I would have been 15, and my mom would have been 44. So that is pretty much where we were, and this is us on the beach. I don't remember much about this trip, but I love getting it. I got some journaling down here. So I put my photo a little higher than the center so I could have a fun little journaling area down here. And I brought the embellishing out a little bit there as well so that it would all be balanced. So I basically just used more of the scraps, tag, tab, more of the scrap, did a little fishtail banner here so that I could get my title in here. Went into my Color Me Happy bits that, or is this Summer Bloom? Is this from my collection Obsession? It might be, I think it's from my collection Obsession. Got this lovely sun, couple of these little bumblebees here, and one little sticker, Happy Days, down here so that I could do just a little bit of embellishing. And as I say, grandmama, mom, and me. I would have been 15. I remember, and that's what I remember the most about this because my grandmother talked about it so much. I remember grandmama being shocked that she tanned, although she stayed in the shade. She was always under and about. Now, we're on the beach here, and I don't remember that we went to the beach every day. I think there were some pool days as well. And grandmama was always under an umbrella, but the wind, of course, would make her tan, but she was shocked. I remember finding that quite funny. And I also remember on this trip that I went water skiing, and I guess that stayed with me because I'm really a very poor swimmer, and that I went out in the ocean and water skied as if there was nothing going on. To this day, amazes the bravery and courage of a 15-year-old, because I certainly would not recommend that, but I enjoyed it, and I did amazing, and it was a fun day. And that's about all I remember of the trip, and I don't really remember if it was 1 week or 2 or exactly what time of the year, because of course I would have been in school. We certainly would not have missed Christmas with the family, so I'm not quite sure what time of year it is that we went, because things like spring break and autumn study sessions and that kind of thing did not exist in my day at school. So it certainly wouldn't have been that. And I don't know, would we have gone in the summer? Don't remember, don't know, but I do remember the trip, and I remember these items. So I thought I would get those into the book. And then this layout, 1984, and this will go into this. Actually, in all honesty, if you watch my video about my review and revamp of my albums, this is going to go directly into sort of the storage, because it's more a creative. There's no big story here. This was just going to a party my mom had at the social club. For my stepdad was a veteran, so I think it was Legion, I guess. And it was obviously, I guess, a Halloween. It was a costume party of some sort, and I went. I know it was 1984. That's because that was written on the back of the photo. And so this is just a fun little photo. And a terrible thing I note here, I was a smoker, and I'm smoking. Oh my goodness me! While this photo is being taken indoors. Times have changed, and it's not too long after this. When did I stop smoking? I stopped smoking in 1991, I believe. Yes, I believe. Thank goodness for that. So this is one of my sort of central designs on the vertical, where again three strips of paper in various widths, and the one on the top always has a fishtail banner. And these patterns were a little close together, and that was a lot of pattern on pattern for me. But I'm taking pages out of my lovely friend Jenny's book, and I'm doing the pattern on pattern, but I inked the edges here so that the sort of folding into one another, I don't know what you would call it, so that there would be a little bit more of a contrast, I guess, between these papers. And I did do a little bit of mixed media on the background, and 2 large clusters, mainly floral clusters here, and a tag sticking out. I love doing that kind of thing. And my little bow. So there you go, my friends. So 5 more layouts. Base pages, that experience done, the base pages used. So I'm pretty chuffed. I am pretty chuffed with this. Now, this kit, oh yeah, and I just wanted to show you this because I did bring in these Color Vibe stickers for a couple of the titles, mainly the Miami page. Now, what do I have left of this, and do I consider this kit killed? Pretty much. Now, I still have, you see here, and this was not from that kit. I brought it in because I wanted to do a mat, and in the end I used something else. So this is just, you know what, I'm going to put this in my collection obsession because it definitely matches Summer Bloom, and the companion is at Open Road, the bits that I have from Open Road together. So I'm going to put that in my collection obsession. Now, papers, this is what I have left. So I am going to do one more of those. I'm going to take one of my 8.5 by 11s, cut in 2, and I'm going to put strips like I do with my 6 by 6 or 6 by 8 paper pads, and then I'm maybe going to die cut or do something, and that will then take care of this, and I won't be keeping anything beyond that. So I'll show you that when I get that done. I do have a few enamel dots, so those will get used up. I'm going to put those in my board on the side, and there are our church bells, but I'm almost done here, so I'm going to let you listen to the church bells. So there you go, Tracy. I am really walking distance, about 6 or 7 minutes from from our little downtown and our church. And then I have a few foam stickers. Now, Flea Market, I'm not going to use, so I think this will go into a giveaway pile. Best Day I will probably use. Treasures. Blessed, I'm not sure. Maybe, that's a maybe. Heart and Home, I definitely will use. These few little bits will go into the container on my desk so that I can get them just used up. I'll go through them and see what I keep and what I don't keep. But most of these little bits here are usable. And really what makes me quite happy here is the florals. The only thing I have left of the entire floral pack is this little leaf die cut. So there we go, and I have a few stickers left. So I will keep these on my desk as well, and just sort of tidy that up. But I definitely consider this kit killed, and I won't be sad if some of these bits get recycled. So that was really fun, my friends. So I would like to challenge you to do that. So I know in July and August, Sarah just posted a couple of days ago. I'm pre-recording this on Sunday, so just yesterday for me, but a few days ago, or even, a week or 10 days ago for you, she was talking about, using a collection from start to finish, and that is her challenge for July and August in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group. So I think this would be an amazing chance. So get yourself one of your collections, a nice big collection. Use it for, maybe give yourself the challenge of 4 layouts, then do some base pages with your go-to designs. Use those and show us, or show me, tag me. Definitely tag me in a video. If you do a video, tag me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to see it, because it was fun. And this is not the kind of thing that I would normally be drawn to, which is why I'm saying give it a try, because it was fun. And I think I will do it again, maybe in the fall, my friends, or maybe with that gorgeous Simple Stories Harmony Forever Harmony, that haul that I showed you a couple of weeks ago. There you go. I'm rambling. Thank you so much for being here with me. So in the end, that was 9 layouts from 1 class kit. Those kits are packed. See you back here very soon. Thank you so much, my friends, for always being here, supporting me, your lovely likes, your comments, your encouragement. I feel very blessed indeed. And I will see you back here very soon. Happy scrapping and stay safe, friends.